Hi, this is Graham Morris, Member of Parliament for Easington, with my weekly roundup of the events in the constituency and here in Parliament. It began with the meeting of the Transport Select Committee, of which I'm a member. We're very much involved in an inquiry into bus services throughout the country. I had an opportunity to put some questions to the Bus Services Minister and Nus Ghani. Now, this terrible crash that happened in Coventry, where 2 people were killed, including a 7-year-old little boy, and a number of others seriously injured, it came about because of excessive hours that the bus driver was engaged in, and he was working for one of the big 5 for Stagecoach, Midland Red, and in the previous weeks before the crash he'd worked 62 hours, 76 hours, 76 hours and 75 hours. Do you think that we need to do something to limit the hours of bus drivers to improve safety?
Well, I'll be in the chamber for the 10-minute rule bill. There's already a regulation in place to say that the shift, if I can call it that, should be around 9 hours. Is that correct? And I do have roundtables with the bus companies to challenge them on a number of issues, including this. And I have asked what are the average hours that their drivers work.
I also attended a meeting of the all-party group for radiotherapy, of which I'm a vice chair. We had an opportunity there to question a senior civil servant and put forward some ideas as to how we might raise the issue of improving radiotherapy services, and have in fact applied for a parliamentary debate, and I do hope to raise the issue and gain support of other MPs to provide a really first-class service and end the postcode lottery in the availability of these advanced treatments. I had a question in Business, Enterprise and Industrial Strategy about insecure work.
I thank the Secretary of State for that reply, but can I remind him that unemployment in my constituency is at almost 1,000 on the same period last year to 2,860. And can I tell him as well that a fire at Country Style Foods located in Peterlee in my constituency left a number of people also looking for work. This includes one temporary worker who was employed through an employment agency who worked for the same company for 7 years on a 0-hours contract. A short break in her employment had stopped her accessing contributions-based benefits. So in most cases, 0-hours contracts and this flexibility is illusionary. When would the Minister consider 0-hours contracts inappropriate?
You stay.
What I would say to the honourable gentleman is that 2/3 of workers on 0-hours contracts say that they don't want any more hours and that they are content with that.
I also supported a 10-minute rule bill to limit the number of hours that bus drivers can work, put forward by a Labour MP, a colleague called Matt Weston, and that was following a terrible fatal bus crash in Coventry in the West Midlands. In the main chamber, again, I got the opportunity in a debate that was secured by Stephanie Peacock, a Labour MP from Barnsley, to put forward some points in relation to the mine workers' pension scheme and the current injustice where the surplus, 50% of which goes to the Treasury, for vast sums are going into the Treasury's coffers at a time when the beneficiaries are gradually dying off through age, and it's an injustice that really must be addressed. I have tabled an EDM 235, so please encourage MPs to sign that. I think it's an issue that must be addressed. It's something that my party are going to address, but I don't think that we can let this one lie.
I would like to compliment my honourable friend on securing this really important debate, and just to echo her comments, the nation owes a debt of honour to the miners and the mining communities for providing the fuel that powered a nation. Many miners died prematurely, my own father in his 50s, my grandfather in his early 50s. What will happen to the surplus when the last of the miners and their beneficiaries have passed away? Where will that surplus go? And is that driving the government's actions?
I was in Hordon on Friday night for the all-members meeting of the constituency party, gave my parliamentary report and took questions. I was delighted to see some of our new members there. And on Saturday night, I was back in Horden, the Horden Social Welfare Centre, and it gave me great pride to unveil the new Horden Miners banner. It's going to be paraded for the first time at the Durham Miners Gala this year on the 13th of July, and I was delighted to accept an invitation from the banner committee to join the group from Horden to parade the banner through the village, through Durham, and indeed to have it blessed at the cathedral in Durham this year. So I hope this roundup of events has been helpful. If you have any particular questions or anything you want to pursue, details of how to contact me will follow shortly. Thanks very much for listening. Please share this in your own networks and with family and friends. Thanks now.